Hello everyone. So as you've probably seen, a lot of DKs and paladins been doing the solo Stratholme farm, and I figured why can't mages do that? So I figured a way to do this. This requires you to be fire spec, and as you can see, all I do is just spam living bomb on the melee mobs here. Don't really need to cast living bomb on the skeletons because they die too fast. So what you basically do is you just hit them all with a lot of living bombs, then you go into a block and just sit the full duration of the block, come out, do a Nova, you can do the Dragon's Breath, whatever, just AoE them down fast as possible. As you can see, I basically use everything in my inventory. So after that, you just basically instantly go into an evocation. With the glyph, you can heal yourself. As you can see, it's very effective here, and it's really important you use it fast as possible. So for the next one, I instantly kill this abomination. You don't really want to pull these abominations with the rest of the pulls because they are kind of nasty. Anyways, you can see they go down really fast if you just have them one by one. So that's basically pretty easy. After that, it's just basically looting, and as you can see, the gold power goes up by the Kiwi farm. I have currently right now on my server Rune Cloth going for like 2 gold a stack, hence why the gold power might be a little different from your server. It kind of depends on the server, I guess. For the next pull, you don't have blocks, so this is a bit more different. So what you do here is basically the same stuff. Hit all the melee mobs with the living bomb, just pull them in a line like this. As you can see, I kind of strafe away from them all, try to kite them. With the talent you get the increased speed, as you can see here, and then basically around the corner here you just AoE them down just as before. It's really simple, and everything should be able to do this. My gear is basically tier 5 and tier 6, so it's not the best, it's not the worst. If you have PvP gear, I think this would be a lot easier for you as well. One thing you also can add to this farm is you can use all the mana potions and the healing potions you get in here. Just use them on cooldown because you're gonna get a lot of those anyway, so feel free to use those. And as you can see, the gold power just goes up and up and up. This farm should net me around 300 to 350 gold per hour if I keep going consistently. The run itself takes about 12 minutes total. That depends. The better you get, the faster you can do this. You can blink through the door here, so you can skip the event with all the rats. They are kind of annoying, if you ask me. The next pull here, you can either do it as I do it here, be a bit risky, or you can wait for your block to be up again. The block just makes it a lot easier for everyone. Around the corner here, there can be one of those traps. As you can see, I pulled a few rats or whatever it is. But again, it's the same, just pull with the living bomb, make sure to go around the mob so you don't pull them all, don't go through them like I do here. You can blink, and then you just hit them all with the living bomb. And basically what I do here, since I don't have my block, I just try to CC and kite them all as much as I can and AoE them down as fast as possible. They don't have a ton of HP, so it should be doable. Remember to use your mana shield and your frost ward here. Alright, so after all the looting is done here in this pool, there's gonna be 2, maybe 3 bosses if you're lucky. Sometimes the rare mobs, the rare bosses spawns in here, the Heart Singer or whatever his name is, and Skull can also spawn in here. He kept me in this location sometimes in the next room. In the gateway here, I usually pull the mini boss here first. He has a lot of resistance, I believe, so your damage spells don't really do that much damage, so just make sure you have your shield up and such so he don't kill it. He doesn't hit that hard really, so it shouldn't be a problem anyway, but make sure to have your shield up and such, if needed. So again, make sure to pull this abomination by itself. It just makes it a lot easier. If you happen to pull the mobs on the left by mistake, it's not really a problem. You have a lot of abilities to CC them and control the mobs anyway, so you should be fine. But preferably just kill it by itself. It just makes it a lot easier. Besides the next mobs, you kind of want to have them into the next pull as well, as they are melee, and the living bomb is just amazing on those. So this boss, I'm actually not aware if this is like a pre Wrath of the Lich King boss only or whatever it is. Anyways, he drops a staff, I believe, that sells for like 6 gold, which is really nice. And of course now, as you can see as I recorded, it's the first time ever I see him move from the position. Usually he just stands in the position and hardcast. But obviously now that I'm recording, yeah, you know the drill. Anyways, kill those 2 mobs if you pull them. It's not a big deal, as you can see. So the next pull here, you kind of need to go up as fast as possible, as close as possible. And this is where the glyph of blink really comes in handy, because you can actually blink through these mobs without pulling them. Without the glyph, it's really hard. And then you just pull these 3 with living bomb. Make sure to hit all the mobs here with living bomb, as you can see. And then again, don't pull too big here, because it is kind of a small place and you could really easily get caught. And as you can see, they die fast. Just make sure to AoE control them, use your whatever you have. Then just AoE these down with the arcane explosion. If you can manage, then pull this, preferably not with like a living bomb as the opener, but try to hardcast a fireball or whatever you have. That might make a little more damage in the end. Alright, so the next boss and the final boss for this instance is the Magister, whatever his name is. This is the one guy that drops the key as well. If you don't have the key yet, this might be your opportunity to get it. It's really a nice boss. He does a lot of damage, so make sure to keep up your shields and just burn him down really. Pop combustion, pop your trinkets, pop whatever you have, and then just go ham on him. You don't really need combustion or anything else from the next pull. After this boss, we're gonna do one more final pull, and it's really important that you have your block up for this pull. Sometimes this boss also drops, I believe it's an axe or another weapon that sells for like 5 to 6 gold, so if you are really lucky, you can get a really good amount of gold in here by getting the axes and weapons general from the bosses. As you can see here, I just do the same thing over and over, living bomb on all the melee. Here I was lucky and get a proc on the talent that makes me run fast, otherwise just blink away. Pull this with living bomb, try to get as many living bombs up as possible before you block, but don't get too greedy. If you get too greedy, it can backfire and you will probably die. The same drill, I open with a Nova here into a Dragon's Breath, and then I just start the AoE. And as you can see, I go a bit down in HP here, so I believe it's a really good idea to maybe use a potion here, or maybe just keep up your shields, better than I do, I guess. But yeah, as you can see, in the end, this nets me about 300 to 350 solid gold per hour, which is a really nice farm if you ask me for a Fire Mage. Seeing now that the Blizzard is super nerfed and you can't do the AoE farming anymore with that, this is a really nice way to make some fast gold before Wrath of the Lich King launch. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please throw us up a comment, like the video, whatever you do, and I guess I'll see you in the next video. Bye!